Last night in the Premier League, Wolves were beaten 2-1 by West Ham. It was live on talkSPORT. Gary O'Neill's side remains second bottom in the league after 3 straight defeats. The Wolves boss spoke to the media after the game. Gave us a strong response when asked about being under pressure. He said it's been a tough period for the club, losing so many players.
Managed to get 39 points in the Premier League under Julian. Since that moment, we've sold £200 million worth of players. So if you start at 39 and you lose £200 million worth of players, it's going to be tough. And basically every pundit that I saw last season had us to get relegated, and we were nowhere near relegation. We were a hair away from getting to a FA Cup semi-final. We went away to Stamford Bridge and scored 4 and won. To Tottenham, won. Beat Man City, beat Tottenham and Chelsea at home. Some incredible performances. And I definitely haven't become a worse coach overnight. I'm definitely better now than I was then.
Do you feel sorry for Gary O'Neill?
I do. And do you know what? It was a really interesting discussion I heard this morning. I think the boys on breakfast got Mick McCarthy on. And he made a really good point, but I don't know why we say it. He said something like, we always say that, but the decisions will even themselves out throughout the course of the season. And Mick McCarthy said, as a manager, that's rubbish. And do you know what? When you think about it, he's right, because Wolves have been on the end of so many decisions that have gone against them. Not even start of this season, last season, and it doesn't swing back around in circles because they're not getting those decisions. But
I heard that interview, and he said the bigger teams, without a doubt, get the favoured decisions. You know what? I didn't used to think that was the case, but I mean, that was a penalty last night for me, 100%
right? 100% Stonewall, and this is the thing, and I feel for Gary. Yes, there's been times where I thought maybe the team selection, the way that they're playing. A prime example of that was Bournemouth, which I did for talkSPORT, where they kept trying to play out from the back, and Bournemouth knew that and just kept pressing them, kept winning the ball back up high. But I do think he's a really good coach, Gary O'Neill. I think he's done a lot of good, a lot of good for Wolves. But it's one of those situations, unfortunately, where Wolves find themselves in the bottom 3, and the owners are thinking, yeah, we know you've done really well for us, but we want to stay in the division. And again, you're looking at the bottom of the Premier League division, and it pains me to say it, like it really does, because obviously you know how much Ipswich mean to me. But when you start looking at teams who can go down, there's not a lot of options where you go, yeah, they'll get nailed on, because Wolves are finding themselves cut adrift a little bit. They're 4 points off of. There's a gap there now. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's Wolves' next game, right? Ipswich. It looks like he's going to be in charge for that. I mean, is that do or die, do you think, for him?
Yeah, I think if they get beat in that fixture there, I mean, no, their next 2, Andy, Ipswich and then Leicester. That's their next 2. And then they'll probably get 3 points in the next one because they've got United at home. But Leicester and Ipswich.
Wolves' next game is who?
Ipswich.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, yeah.
Then Leicester.
Okay.
And Leicester's down as well. If you've got any aspirations of staying up or getting a bit of momentum or getting the fans on your side, you have to win both of those games. And if you don't beat Ipswich, which I hope they don't, they're not staying up. They won't. Okay. They're not that they won't stay up. Gary O'Neill won't survive.
Okay.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein, Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.